Hi guys, welcome back to the Library of Alexandria, and today we have another BOOKISH tag coming to you. This time I was challenged by Elle over at Elliot Brooks, and you know that anytime someone tags me anything, I say challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. No.
So this is her giving tag that she created a few years ago to kind of just bring attention to the season of giving and charity. So I'm going to have the charity she is raising money for this year, the Phoenix Children's Hospital. I'm going to have that linked BOOKISH right down there in the description. And so all of these questions have the word give in them because it is all about giving. So let's get this started. Got my handy dandy index cards as per usual. Oop, they backwards. Here we go. Question 1. What's a book you would give everyone if you could? That's a tough question. I mean, ideally, everyone would learn about the Greek and Roman empires, but I mean, that's a good question. I would probably, I mean, really, if I'm being honest, I would probably give everybody a copy of Guards by Terry Pratchett. And I don't really know why, except that I think it would make everybody happy because it's just so funny and so lighthearted, yet so smart. And I mean, it's just so good. Like, I've read Guards definitely more than any other book on my shelf back here. More than any book I've read Guards. I have read it at least 4 or 5 times, if not more. I've read it a lot over the years. So, I mean, I first read it back in, I don't know, like 98 or something. So it's been a hot minute. So I would give everybody a copy of Guards to kind of introduce them to Discworld. The people in the Shelf Space Discord and the Knights of Alexandria Discord that I've introduced it to have enjoyed it, if not, dare I say, loved it. And so just make a Discworld converts one book at a time. So Guards, because it's the season of, being happy and stuff. And Guards make everybody happy. No one be lonely. And, because it's really hard to be lonely with Vimes and Colin and Nobby. They're your boys. Boosh. Question number 2. What is a book that you don't give a dang about? I guess the original question says, give a rat's hiney. That's about right. That is my buddy Finn, whose ringtone is toss a coin to your witcher. I repeat, question number 2. What is a book you don't give a dang about? Man, what's a popular book that people talk about that I just don't care about? Right now, you know what? I'm gonna say To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. I never read any Aragon, so I'm not like a built-in Christopher Paolini fan, so I just don't have any interest in reading it. I just don't. But I've heard, a lot about it, and a lot of people are reading it, and there's certainly, super mixed reviews in there. So that's probably what I'm gonna say. I just don't care. Like, it's just, if I read it, it's just so far beyond the TBR horizon that, it'll be one of those ancient things that they dig up from the bottom of a seabed in 100 years. And then I'll be like, oh, well, I guess that's the book I haven't read, so I'll read that one. So that's that one. If you like that book, I mean, it's no hard feelings. It's probably not for me. Boosh. That was a good one. Went all the way over there. All right. Given that the holidays are coming up, what's a book you hope someone buys for you? All the really urgent books I've already bought for myself, like all the urgent ones on my Amazon list, like the ones I really want to own. And the ones I plan on reading soon, like I've already gotten in preparation for the next couple months. So, I mean, anybody who buys me something, I'm super appreciative of. That's awesome. Oh, this is what I'm going to try to encourage my wife or some other family member or close friend to buy me. The illustrated Guards. I'm bringing up Guards twice, but they literally just released in the UK an illustrated edition of Guards. An illustrated edition of Guards. And, they look so gorgeous. They look so amazing. And I don't generally buy, like, special editions of books because, as you can see up at the top shelf right there, it's nothing but MMPBs, baby. I am a proponent. I am an advisor to the mass market paperback revolution, and I encourage them to throw off the shackles of their hardcover oppressors. However, this book is so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So probably an illustrated Guards is probably what I would love for someone to buy me. Boosh. Number 4, what is a book or series you've given up on? This is super easy, barely an inconvenience to answer. 2 answers to this. 1, Game of Thrones books or Song of Ice and Fire. 2, frickin' Kingkiller Chronicles. Why? Because neither one of them are ever going to be done. Ever. If you are still holding out hopes that George R.R. Martin is ever going to finish the last 2 books, what is it, Wolves of Winter and something about spring, they're not coming out, guys. They're not. He's not going to finish the series. Someone is going to finish it for him after he's gone. That's just, guys, that's just how it's going to happen. It's never going to get done. And book 3, Doors of Stone of the Kingkiller Chronicles, it's also not going to come out. And if it does, it's not going to wrap up the story. Man has too many plot points to wrap up in a single book that is apparently as long as Wise Man's Fear. It's not coming out. And I know, like right now, Rothfuss is driving over to my house to start throwing Molotov cocktails through my window. So if you start seeing smoke pouring in, it's because Rothfuss found me and shattered the window, and currently my house is burning to the ground. But you know what? I will speak truth to power. Book's never coming out. So I've really kind of given up on both of those. I've more given up on Game of Thrones, mostly because I didn't like books 4 and 5. I thought books 4 and 5 are such a sharp drop in quality from the first 3. I know Andy disagrees with me, but you know, he disagrees with me on everything. So books Feast for Crows and Dance with Dragons seem like someone else wrote it. And where in Game of Thrones, Catelyn can get from frickin' Winterfell all the way to King's Landing in a chapter, all of a sudden we got to see every single leg of every single person's journey. We got to see him use the bathroom. We got to see... He's obsessed with showing us the crap Tyrion eats. All of a sudden there's fake out deaths every frickin' chapter. Like, it just feels so different. And then Feast for Crows, who cares? Like, who enjoyed Feast for Crows? Like, really, if you look into your heart of hearts, who really enjoyed Feast for Crows? Like, really? Like, he splits them up into viewpoint characters, the ones that are in the north and ones in the south. Who cares about the ones in the south? Like, all the interesting ones are in the north. No. I mean, did you really like following Cersei? Really? I don't know. Doors of Stone, if it comes out, I mean, I guess I'll read it. I like, only because I need to know about the Chandrian, and that's really it. But I no longer hold out hope. I no longer hold out hope. That was the longest answer to that question in history. Boosh. Number 5, who is a character you wish an author would give more time to? That's a good question. Who is a character I wish an author would give more time to? Well, I guess I'll currently say, since I'm reading Dragon Republic, Book 2 of the Poppy War series, I wish she'd give more time to someone that isn't Rin, like Kate. Like, I like Kate if you can like any character in Dragon Republic. Anybody but Rin. Like, please give us someone's viewpoint other than Rin. Like, please show me more of anybody but Rin. She's a drag, man. She's a drag. In the most recent Book of Babel, The Hod King, I wish there had been more Senlin. That was my chief complaint of that, because there are so many more characters than just Senlin like there was in the first book. There's just many viewpoints, and Senlin kind of got a little sidelined in Book 3, which it doesn't matter. Book 3 is awesome. It was really, really good, but Senlin's my boy. I really enjoy Thomas Senlin as a character. So I'm hoping there's a lot more Senlin in Book 4, which I think there will be. And I mean, I don't actually hold out hope of there being another viewpoint character besides Ren in any of the in Burning God or the rest of Dragon Republic. She's the main character, and it's fine. It's fine. Ren's fine, but it's just like boosh. Who's a character you wish an author would give less time to? So I have 2 answers for this, and they're both from Malazan, Book of the Fallen. Either Krupp or Iskarul Pust. So these characters are in kind of alternating storylines in the Malazan books, and one of them is really long-winded and is supposed to be funny because he always talks in the third person. This is Krupp. He talks in the third person and uses like 100 words when like 2 words would do. And so he's always like, "Oh, Krupp, you doubt Krupp's generosity for," and like the book would be 10% shorter without Krupp. So I would love for every book to have less Krupp. And then on the alternating storylines, you think you're free, you're not. There's a Krupp-ish character in that storyline, and his name is Iskerl Pust. And what he does is he does the thing where he like talks like the other characters aren't there. So he's always like, "Ooh, we will lead them into, ooh, yes, we will lead them into shadows, and then we will abandon them, and then they won't know that we have betrayed them." But they're saying it, right in front of the characters. And the character's like, "Hey, we hear you betraying us." And they're like, "Oh, I must make something up so that they believe that I'm not betraying." And it's that for like 6 books. And I could do without either one of them. And then there's one book where they're both in it. And so that's my answer for that. Sorry guys, if you like Krupp, because apparently Malazan fans love Krupp and Iskerl Pust. I don't really understand why, but that's just another one of those things that we're just not going to agree on. Boosh. Number 7, if you had to give up almost all of your books, which ones would you keep? I would hate to give all my books up, but I would keep my Discworld books, because my Discworld books, I've had to get rid of books over the years for various reasons. And the ones I've always kept have been my Discworld paperbacks. I've had them since high school. I started reading them in high school, and then right after high school, I think I just kept collecting them in college as they came out. So I have all of them except I think there's 3. There's a handful that I don't have, or that I've lost or lent out and have not been returned to me. So I would keep them because they're my oldest books. I love Discworld. If I could only read one series of books, I love Sinlin, I love Greatcoats, but Discworld, I spent so much time in the Discworld in high school and in college, and it was so formative for the things I find amusing, like really dry British humor and absurdist British humor. It's like Monty Python, but like more clever, like where Monty Python leans into the absurdist thing. This is like Monty Python, but a little sharper, if that makes any sense. There's not like the Ministry of Funny Walks, which I love the Ministry of Funny Walks. But it's stuff it's a little more cerebral, I guess. I don't know. But Discworld, I love Discworld so much that I can't imagine getting rid of my Discworld books. So I'm going to say my Discworld books for that one. They will come with me on the desert island, and it'll be me and Captain Vimes in the City Watch, and it'll be amazing. Boosh. Book 8. What's the best book or bookish thing that you have been given? I mean, I am super appreciative of any books that anybody gives me. I'll say the most recent thing that I've been given that is really, really amazing is my buddy Kevin the Undying from the Shelf Space Discord. He's immortal. He's been alive for 1,000 years. He's read every book that's ever been written since the dawn of since the first time that man learned to write things down on like animal hides and everything. And so he actually, he is a fellow mass market paperback lover because he is truly a man of the people. He actually just recently sent me a copy of Sinlin Ascends signed by Josiah Bancroft, and I am super grateful. Kevin, you're the man. And it's just awesome because I love Sinlin Ascends and it's a signed copy. So that's freaking cool, and I so appreciate that, and that's so nice. Kevin's the best. Boosh. Number 9, what is a book someone gave you that you wish you could give right back? Akatar. Jessie May sent me that, and I wish I could just send it right back because I've been reading it for forever because I can't finish it because I hate it so much. I hate everything that it chooses to be. I hate fairies. They don't do anything. They wring their hands a lot, and there's a lot of paint. Ugh, it's Akatar. Jessie, you have cursed me with your gift. And finally, number 10, name a time in a book that a character was given something really meaningful. Can you talk about this without going into spoilers for something? Okay, this is not spoilers, but there is if you've read Senlin Ascends, you know at this part, but there's a part in Senlin Ascends where right before Senlin moves up to one of the levels, he has done a favor for one of the people that he has encountered, and in return he gets information about his wife, and the guy for whom he did the favor gives him something to take with him, and that thing that he takes with him is really, I mean, it's really sweet and it's really nice and it's just so good for Senlin, and he just like it's just kind of a grounding thing that it's just like a physical symbol of his hope for finding his wife, and it actually becomes really kind of, I don't know, it becomes really like important to the story at large. So I'm gonna say that if you've read Senlin Ascends, you know what part that is. If not, that doesn't really spoil anything, but read it and you can find out exactly what I am talking about. So guys, that's all the questions. And as for people I tag, I actually don't know who's been tagged or not. So if you've been tagged already, just ignore it. But I'm gonna tag Abby. I'm gonna tag Leslie at The Nerdy Narrative. I'm gonna tag JJ at The Bearded Bookworm. And yeah, anybody else that wants to do it. So yeah, do this and check out Phoenix Children's Hospital and donate if you are feeling generous in this spirit of generosity and Thanksgiving. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. The information for both my Discord and my Patreon are down in the description, and I will see you next time.